see you, how can I make that happen? Well, if you're not in New York,
If you're not in New York, bus or a plane or a train,
yeah,
depending on how you can, get there.
yeah.
And then, what was the link we said? We don't
How
know
to
the link.
succeed / tickets.
We'll get the link, the proper link. But
Okay.
no, we would love to see all the fans from all the different parts of the world come out to this show. It really is I think such a great show for everyone in sort of different walks of life. It's one of those things where you can really connect with each sort of person in the story, and overall I think you'll just have a good time.
I have a really good one from La Mafia Jonas.
I got it. How to Succeed Broadway.com.
Oh, there you go.
There's your link. We'll say it again. How to Succeed Broadway.com. Buy your tickets there. See us in the show.
La Mafia Jonas. Did you know there was a Mafia Jonas?
Wow. It's kind of
This is a very interesting question. Was it difficult for you? I went away. Was it difficult for you to interpret your character of J. Pierpont Finch, and is there anything alike between you and J. Pierpont?
Between me and
Are there
Finch.
any similarities?
That's a good question.
It's a very good question. I think there are some similarities.
I'd say there are some similarities. I carry some of the Nick into it. However, I think Finch is a really different personality as well. I think that there are times when I feel like I'm definitely a more reserved person, especially when you first meet me, and I'm kind of more to myself. But with this character, from the moment I started with it, I was just really excited to get in and sort of have him be a bit more of a exciting, not exciting, but what's the word I'm looking for
Outgoing.
here? Outgoing person, yeah. Just kind of more free to have fun and smile and enjoy this whole role. And he is a brilliant character. And
Such a brilliant character. Such a brilliant show. I think that's what's great. It's like, audiences are going to come not knowing anything about it, and they're going to leave with a really good story.
Yeah, I think the thing too about Finch that Rob Ashford is the director first talked about was Finch never lies in this whole show, which I think is a brilliant character trait. Obviously, for anyone, it's a great thing not to lie. But specifically with this character, he's climbing up the ladder of success and continuing to sort of grow in the business world. But he never has to cut anyone down or lie to do that, and that's a great thing.
Yeah, and what I think is similar between you and Finch is this glint of mischief in your eye, because you are a mischievous guy. Not like in a bad way, in a fun way. Like the first time you made me laugh, it surprised me. Like it sort of came out of nowhere, because he's such a nice guy. He keeps to himself. And he's really reserved.
It took just up until today for me.
It was today, the first day.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. It's actually this moment right now.
How have you found Bud Frump? What's been your sort of discoveries in your character, Bud Frump?
Well, I have been wanting to do this show, like I mentioned, since I was 16 years old. I saw a touring production of this show in Dallas, where I'm from, at the Dallas Fair Park Music Hall, starring Ralph Macchio as J. Pierpont Finch. He was the original Karate Kid. And I remember watching it and thinking, this is a musical I could do, because I knew I wasn't, a natural singer or dancer or anything like that, and I wanted to do musicals, and I said, this is one I could do. And so I remember Bud Frump even then as being this hilarious sort of villain character, and I love playing funny villains, as anybody who saw it would know. So this guy is similar to that character in that he's sort of trying to make his way up a ladder as well, maybe in a completely different way than Finch, but suddenly Finch shows up and makes everything impossible for Frump. So he'll do anything he can to stop him, and what he'll do is immoral and ridiculous and very, very silly
and very funny.
And very, very funny. I think of that when I think about this. I sort of like to with comic parts. I always think about Looney Tunes. I don't know.
Totally.
But I always think of these two as like Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny. And Finch always ends up with not a mark on him, and my bill always gets shot and spins around my head. So that's definitely been a lot of inspiration for me has been that idea.
It's a fun role.
Here's a good question for you. Are you going to stay on Broadway? I don't know who said it. I'm sorry, it went away. Are you going to stay on Broadway when the show's over, or do another Broadway show, or will you go back to music? Solely music.
I think my brothers and I will definitely start to write some songs in the coming months, which is exciting.
I hear cheers all over the place.
And then, I think the next step will probably be, touring and recording with them. But it all depends, right now it's all up in the air, and I'm just focusing on this moment and this show.
Have you and your brothers ever written? Yeah. Of course, you've written in New York. You've spent time in New York.
Yeah, we lived in New Jersey for 10, 11 years. So
that's when you first started writing?
Yeah, we were signed to Columbia Records here first, and then we got dropped by them and moved out to...
Columbia Records dropped you?
It did.
Fools.
Gryffindor _ Did you meet Daniel Radcliffe?
We did. I did. Did you?
I did.
Yes. I guess Gryffindor's a Harry Potter thing.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Daniel Radcliffe is extremely cool. Very nice guy.
Someone said, can you do a Daffy Duck impression? Sorry to interrupt you on that, but just because you were just talking about it.
Well, he does that, and I've actually tried to incorporate that whenever I say his name, Finch, and try to spit at him a little bit.
I see. All right, sorry, I interrupted you. Go back to what you're saying about Daniel.
He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And he was fantastic in the show. He did a great job. I was in the they did a reading 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, of the show with Dan for all of the the people who own the show basically, and he was great. Even then, he was great. Such a nice guy, and took the part.
Yeah, he was great.
It's really a testament to me because what you're doing is so different than what Dan did, and what I'm doing is very different than what Christopher Hankey, who I'm replacing, did. And Beau Bridges is doing something so different than John Larroquette. To me, that is a testament to a great piece of writing.
Totally.
If different actors can come in and do such different things and be successful, of course we don't know if we're successful yet. We'll find that out tomorrow, I suppose.
Yeah, I am really excited though about tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it to be here already.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about New York? Love Flies from Italy. That's cute.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think to me the pulse of New York, the rhythm of New York is what gets me, and that's actually what I was asking about you guys writing here. I imagine it would be different for songwriters and any kind of writer to write in New York versus LA, just because of the pace of the town. You're inspired. In New York, it's inspiration everywhere you turn.
Yeah.
Every street corner is some kind of an inspiration, and you'll see all walks of life walking down the street, and that I've never experienced. I've experienced similar things in other cities around the world. But nothing quite like that. Quite like that rhythm of New York.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with having to walk everywhere. It sort of gives everyone a mission to where they need to be. I love that about the city.
Yeah.
And I've sort of, not really had that. Having lived in New Jersey, I've drove into the city, would do what I had to do, and then leave.
Right.
But now living here, it's walking everywhere. And it's
If you were doing Broadway shows when you were younger, did you drive in from Jersey every day?
Every day. Yeah, it was 45-minute drive from my house. Drive in and do the show.
Wow. And
it's funny.
You were in Beauty and the Beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you played Chip.
Played Chip.
So it was just your head.
Just my head until the end of the show. Then I had legs and a body. It was pretty funny. And it was a big secret. It's like Disney magic. The fact that you don't see the body, but.
What were you on in a table or something?
I was in a little cart. So it was a tea cart, but you see right through it, so you only see the head. So it's this is amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, David Copperfield invented it.
He did.
He did. It's pretty insane stuff.
I saw that show when I was on the tour in Dallas also, and it was really cool.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It's a great show.
Bam, it's Merv says, what advice would you give to others wanting to be on Broadway?
It's we're just doing a live webcast here. No big deal.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, guys.
Hard work. There's good, there's a lot of rejection for any actor.
Yeah.
Anybody who's out there trying to get jobs to be in any kind of show, not just a Broadway show. You face a lot of rejection, but